Moving on to the Herbalist challenges. Herbalist 1 is to pick 6 yarrow. Head to these markers where you can find and pick the 6 yarrow you need to complete the challenge. Very easy. Herbalist 2, pick and eat 4 species of berry. Head to these markers and then pick and eat the 4 species of berry you find. Herbalist 3, craft 7 items using sage as an ingredient. Head to these markers to find the necessary sage and common bulrush. You need to craft 7 potent horse stimulants and then you're done. Herbalist 4, pick 5 mushrooms and feed them to your horse. Head to these markers and pick 5 parasol mushrooms and feed them to your horse. Herbalist 5, craft 9 items using Indian tobacco as an ingredient. Head to these markers and pick 9 Indian tobacco so you can craft 9 potent snake oils. Herbalist 6, pick 15 different species of herbs. At the first 12 markers I show here, you will find a creeping thyme, American ginseng, Indian tobacco, babyleet, burdock root, common bulrush, wild mint, oregano, raspberry, yarrow, parasol mushroom, and wild carrots. At these last 3, you will find Alaskan ginseng, violet snowdrop, and blackberry. Herbalist 7, you need to craft and consume 5 special miracle tonics. Head to this location to find the special miracle tonic pamphlet, and then pick 30 yarrow at these markers here. And then pick 30 burdock root at these markers here. And then you need to pick 30 golden currant. The first 20 can be found at these markers here, and then the last 10 can be found at these markers right here. Now head to camp, where you can craft and drink the 5 special miracle tonics, and then you are done. Herbalist 8, use oleander to craft 6 poison weapons. Head to this location to find the poisonous throwing knife pamphlet, and then head to this location to find the 6 oleander sage you will need to craft the 6 poison throwing knives to complete the challenge. Alright, for Herbalist 9, you need to pick one of every species of herb. So I've left a map in the description which you can use to find all the herbs. There is one error that I found, which is that English mace can be found here rather than in the desert, and also the Lady Stepper Orchid location seems to be wrong. Head to this location if you can't find it. As for the Prairie Poppy, it is possible to get it as Arthur. Just ride out into the Great Plains to its location, and as long as you can fend yourself off using lots of ammo and tonics, you can actually pick it without too many issues. As for the final 4 herbs, they are all located in the desert. There are many ways to get these without actually playing as John in the epilogue. The way you do it is either by playing on version 1.0 on console and then doing the Angelo Bronte glitch to disable the sniper. You can play on PC and use mods so the sniper doesn't kill you, or you can use a wagon or a buggy to protect yourself from the sniper's shots. To do this, make sure that you turn off the camera follow level, and also make sure that you disable auto aim, because the strategy that I use makes auto aim mess it up. Now you simply need to steal a buggy from Saint Denis. I recommend using a buggy and not a wagon, as you will see later why I do not use a wagon. And then simply ride the buggy all the way from Saint Denis into New Austin. Again, it is more of a slog, but just follow the path that I do and you will get there in like 8 minutes. It really doesn't take too long. Follow this path and then head on to the train tracks coming up. And then once you've reached the train tracks, simply head all the way across the train tracks, even across the bridge at Bard's Crossing, and then head through into West Elizabeth. Follow the same path that I do, take a left after Fort Riggs, and then head into the Great Plains right here. Now travel through the Great Plains using Beecher's Hope as a place to lose the lawmen coming after you. Try and stay off-road a little bit here, and keep pressing the button to make your map larger a little bit. And just steer clear of any lawmen. As long as they don't follow you, you should be fine. And then the way that you stop the sniper from shooting you, actually, the way I did it, is I aim down the sight on my revolver and then position my camera like this so that the left side of the buggy, the side that's to the left of that hole there, is blocking Arthur's head from the view of the camera. This prevents the sniper from shooting you, and it also prevents Arthur from doing that like whip animation on the horse, which would usually like slightly expose his head for a few frames. And if you're very unlucky, you can actually get shot as he does that, and you will die. I have seen people position the camera to the right of this hole, but whenever I try to do that, I end up getting shot through that hole. So you can do it either way, but I would recommend positioning it to the left like this, and then using the camera and the aiming down the sight with the gun to keep it in place. And whenever you turn a corner, just take it a little bit slow and beware of any lawmen wandering around. Stay clear of them. Now here's an example of me actually picking up a herb. This is the blackcurrant. I position myself so that I'm very close, and then when I get out, I hold the button that brings up the radar options, which in this case is down on the D-pad. And what it does is it really slows down the game, which allows me to take my time with positioning the camera just right so that Arthur's head is never in view of the camera. Make sure that you watch that hole in the back as well, because sniper can shoot through there, and you evidently will get shot. But like right here, I slow down the game as much as possible, and every time I see Arthur's head, like there, I quickly move the camera down. I see it again, quickly move it to the side, and then I move it up here to prevent myself getting shot by the sniper. And I do this for the Desert Sage as well. As you can see here, I sped up a little bit, but I did the exact same thing, and I actually finished the challenge here. But now you're about to see why I don't actually use a wagon. This was my first attempt at it, and as you can see, when you get off the wagon, and you have to actually use photo mode to see where the herb is, as soon as you get off the wagon and try and pick the herb up, the camera actually phases through the wagon, and it means that you can't get back on, and it means you have to get a lovely, very long trip all the way back. Herbalist 10, season and cook all 11 types of meat. A rabbit will help you get the game meat. Head to here to find chickens or turkeys, which will help you get plump bird meat. Head to here to find goats in this pen, which you can skin to get mutton. Head here, west of roads, and you need to actually get to these islands over here. Now, most of the time there will be someone sailing in a boat or boats on the shore. Simply kill them or steal the boat and then sail off to this island. And once you get to the island, you're actually looking for some crabs on the shore. So just make sure that you run along the shore, look for some crabs, and I do end up finding one not too long after I get onto the shore. And I can pick up the crab and then go into my inventory, and I need to break it down to get crustacean meat. Head to this location just north of Le Gras to find plenty of crocodiles, which you can use to get big game meat. I also use a trick here to instantly skin the crocodile by placing my horse in the way, but you don't need to do that. Head to Copperhead Landing for pelicans, and pelicans will give you exotic bird meat. As you can see right here, it's usually on these rocks or on the shore, or on the cabin. You can head to the butcher at any location on the map. I went to Rhodes, so you can get the mature venison meat, tender pork loin, and prime beef joint. Head to this location on the map if you haven't already to start a fish or fish mission so you can unlock the lures required to catch these fish. Now you need to head to this location and then equip worm bait so you can catch steelhead trouts. Once you've caught these, you will be awarded succulent fish meat for the challenge. Now head to this location just east of Shady Bell and the swamps right nearby and equip river lure so you can catch largemouth bass for flaky fish meat. Now you actually need the herbs to complete the challenge. At these 4 markers, they will provide you with more than enough oregano and creeping thyme to complete the challenge. Now all you have to do is just cook all of the meats. So just season them with any herb. It doesn't matter, and you don't have to use all 3 seasonings. Just use one, and that's all you have to do. And once you've done that, you will have completed the Herbalist Challenge set, which probably is one of the more time-consuming ones, especially if you chose to complete it as Arthur. But anyways, there you go, just done, and thank you for watching.